Roundabouts, we love them. Let's detail some. All right, for this first roundabout, I want to make a nice large mound right in the middle. So I'm going to go into my landscaping tools. I'm going to adjust the size of this just right. And then of course, take down the strength. Otherwise you could have a disaster on your hands. There we go. That looks really nice. I like this. This is a good start. As you can tell, I've just used the vanilla roundabouts that come in the game, but of course you can also make your own. I'm just going to upgrade these roads, and let's see, let's go with the grass lined. I like that very much. And another important thing is you need to make sure you have your roundabout set up. So you're going to go Shift, Control, click, and then everything gets set up for you for your roundabout, which is so helpful. Then I cover the entire mound with tons of vegetation. I make sure to go around and see how it looks from all the angles and fill in any little spots that I may have missed. Then I go around and line the entire mound with this tall grass that we got this year from Mr. Mason that is just so lovely. Then I carefully space out these palm trees. And then I put rocks in between where I left this gap where the palm trees are. Doing something like this really intentional with your detailing, even with an overgrown feel that I'm going for here, gives the sense that it's landscape like this on purpose. Time to add just a pop of color. I'm placing these in between the palm trees all the way around, again leaning into that landscaped feel. Then I'm going to add another layer. Layering is really important when you're creating these lush landscapes, which is the vibe I'm going for with this particular roundabout. Is super lush. And I'm just layering these just right on top of where our rocks are. And then I'm taking these other big bushes and putting them in between where our large palm bushes are. And there we are. We are looking lush and green, yet landscaped. But we're not going to stop here. We're going to take this a step further. So I'm going with the nature reserve fence, and I'm just going around the roundabout. Then I'm following that up with lining the outside of our nature reserve fence with bushes. For this final touch along the outside, I'm going with these really lovely, really tall palm trees. I just love the way that these look. And I feel like this just completes this roundabout, and again it really leans into a heavily landscape look but very lush. Now you could stop there. This is a really nicely detailed roundabout, but I'm going to take it a step further. I envision this really lush landscape roundabout being either an entrance for a zoo or an entrance for an amusement park, or possibly like a high-end gated community in a tropical climate. So I'm just going to do some final detailing around this, and we'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. And then we're going to jump into 2 more roundabouts. Wow, I love how this feels. This is exactly what I was going for. And there we go. You can totally see how this could be used as a grand entrance for something. Okay, let's move on to the next roundabout. Okay, so I am taking the nature reserve path, and we are going to create something that you might see as an entrance to a trailhead, or maybe a nature reserve, or just a more heavily forested area. So I actually selected the farm fence for this, which you might think is strange, but I really feel like it fit best with this design versus the nature reserve fence. And I thought the nature reserve fit better with the one that we just did. I love mixing things like that. Like sometimes you just have to figure out what fits. And then I wanted to get a path around this tree, which was a little tricky, but thanks to Move It, was able to make it happen. And then I just kind of went a little wild with the trees, having a variety, and then just paying attention to the sizes can be a really helpful detailing tip. If a tree is too big or too small, you can set to the side like I just did here, or delete it and, you know, keep replopping till you find the right tree size. Then I decided on each side to do a nice selection of boulders and then some smaller rocks, and then fill it all in with a bunch of vegetation, just to give it that overgrown, unkept feel that you find in nature. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here. Then I'm grabbing the benches and just leaving an open space. If this is a start to a trailhead or an entrance to a nature reserve, you'd want a little open space. Maybe this is where you're going to meet up with your group, or maybe this is where you sit when you come back and you're tired and exhausted, whatever it may be. I just wanted to create a little seating area and some open space within the middle of this roundabout. And there we go. I think this is the most adorable thing ever. It's so cute. I hope you guys like it. Okay, let's move on to our third one. All right, I'm just starting off with the plain pavement path, and I'm going to connect these all up together. Then I'm grabbing the landscape tools again, and I'm just making the tiniest little hill. And I want to plop a little tree right on top. So cute. Yes, this is exactly what I want. So I decided here to go with the regular city park fence, and I just lined the whole roundabout. And then I just put trees on the outside of the fence, just in between the fence and the road, just spacing them out really nicely. Then I wanted to give this tree a sense of importance. So I plop a bench, and then I grab the city park sign, and I just think it adds that little bit of detail. Just a few final touches here, keeping this very minimalistic on purpose. This would be a low traffic roundabout, potentially an entrance to a small community park. Maybe this is the community park. Maybe this is the entrance to a small residential neighborhood. Just an open space for a community. Cherry on top, I just added a little touch of color around the outside. Just a smidge, not a lot, all the way around. I think it really brought it all together for me. And there we go. That's our third and final roundabout. As you guys know, I like to get down to this level and just take in the view of everything that we detailed today. Two things, drop a comment below, let me know what you'd like me to detail next. If you would like to see more detailing, watch this video. I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time.